Welcome to Iceland. Alright, so it's been a couple of days since we touched down in Iceland. Hopefully you liked the couple of clips that I've posted so far, but the weather's not so good. The forecast is even worse. It's actually starting to rain right now. And I figured I'd do a video, something that I get asked all the time. What do I shoot with? What kind of gear do I bring with me? So let's go inside and I'll show you. Alright, so I've laid down here everything I brought with me, but it's also everything I own. I always like to travel light and with the least amount of gear to get the job done. So for this trip, this definitely works. So right off the bat, the first item, main camera, Sony A7R III. Awesome sensor, great dynamic range. I've had it since July of last year. I had a brief affair with Canon, but now I'm back with this. For my lenses, I have two Tamron lenses. This is the 28-200 f2.8 to 5.6 and the 17-28 f2.8. This pretty much covers a huge range. For anything wider than 17, I will just stitch a pano and hopefully I don't need anything more than 200. But that's where the high resolution of the camera comes into play. If I need just a little bit of extra telephoto, I can just crop in. All right, newly acquired camera. It's this little one, the Sony Zv1. Gonna be using this for vlogging and for the videos on this channel. That's where these three batteries come into play. The battery is tiny, so I have 4 of these. For the Sony A7R III, I have 1 additional battery. If I was doing anything that required multiple days of hiking, maybe I would bring an additional battery to that, but what I found is that 2 is good enough for the majority of situations. Then filters for the camera, I always travel with 3. I have these Polar Pro quartz line filters. This one is the circular polarizer, very handy when it's bright out or when there's reflections on the water or on any surface for that matter. That gets that right off. And then I have 2 NDs. This one is an ND64 and an ND1000. Depending on what I'm doing, if it's like long exposures for water or for the sky, depending on how bright it is, I'll pick one of those. Then I have this little pouch where all 3 fit. After I'm done with this, I'll show you how I put everything into my backpack. Tripod, we have this big boy right here. This is the Mi Photo Road Trip. It's a little big. I normally travel with something smaller, but there's a trade-off with the stability and the high winds, and given that I'm in Iceland, that is something that I have to think about. Then we have the drone. Just got this less than a month ago, the Air 2S. I love that it has a 1-inch sensor, so kind of like the DJI Mavic Pro 2. Before this, I had the original Mavic Pro. Rest in peace, I lost that a couple of months ago. With it, I got the Fly More combo. I feel like it's always a good idea. It comes with 2 additional batteries and ND filters. I've already used this to create a long exposure from above, and that was really cool. Other than that, I have this little Aperture M9 Light. I got this a long time ago, and for what I use it for, which is random times where I need a little extra light, it comes in handy. And then this is just a pouch where I keep a couple of the batteries. So, oh, and the Joby GorillaPod 3K. I brought this mostly for the Zv1 for vlogging, but if for some reason I don't feel like bringing the big tripod, I might just have this in case there's a long exposure handy. So let's go pack it all up. All right, and there you have it. Everything's packed up. There you go. It's a tripod. I'm currently using the Joby GorillaPod, so that's not in there, but it would go in this pocket right here. So the backpack is the Wandered Provoke 31 liter. It's been the perfect size, as you can see, for everything I carry. It still has room up top if I need to throw in like a light jacket or anything like that. And my laptop and everything goes in here. One more thing that I forgot to talk about is this Capture Clip V3. I've had it since 2018 and it's been amazing having the camera right here whenever you need it and having your hands free if you're tying your shoe or like climbing some rocks. It's been amazing, so I highly recommend it. All right, and there you have it. That's everything I have, everything I brought with me. If you have any questions or want to know more about the stuff that I use, just leave a comment below and see you on the next one.